Sometimes we're expecting the results to be things like more clients. We want to see, perhaps maybe you want to see your diary full. Perhaps you want to see more money in your business. What is it that you're focusing on as the result? And I also need you to see what you need in order to get that, because a lot of the time, some of the results that you get from business coaching aren't always the results that you wanted. But they're things like you've got more resilience, you've got some mindset support, so you've got a different outlook on life. Perhaps it's that you feel more confident. Perhaps it's that you trust yourself to do what you said you were going to do. You're watching the Stable Business Podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Bush, and I'm here to chat all things equine business with a new episode every week from me or the best in the biz. Now, before we get started, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell to be notified when a new episode drops. So today I want to talk a little bit about results that my clients get, results that your clients might get, and how to use them, and why also I struggle to often share it, because as a coach, one of the hardest things for me is talking about the results my clients get, because ultimately their results are mine. I'm just a small drop of oil in the cogs, that helps them on their way. And when it comes to coaching in businesses in general, especially when working someone online, I know that actually it's a minefield, isn't it? Like when you're looking for help with your business, it's an absolute minefield. Because I hear stories and I see it all the time. People sharing results that they've achieved either in their business or in their clients' businesses. But I don't know about you. I don't know how much of those I trust. Let me know if this is the same for you. But I often see people go, oh, this is how I made 10K a month selling blank notebooks on Amazon, or this is how I do this, or how my clients make 100K and 6 figures and all this. And it gets blasted around an awful lot. And as a business coach, one of the things that matters to me is integrity. It absolutely makes my blood boil when I see people invest in coaches who share these results, but they don't really know how to actually achieve them on a consistent basis for all their clients. Because again, the results that I give one client aren't always the same for another. Yeah. And there's nothing worse for me. I feel that there's nothing worse than knowing that somebody's been burned, having spent thousands of pounds. Because the problem with that is it's really hard, one, to make that decision to invest. It's hard to trust themselves again because they feel burnt, for one, falling for it and making that decision. Two, they feel burnt because they actually trusted somebody. So the trust in themselves has gone, but also the trust in other coaches has gone. And as a coach, I have a job to rebuild that. And one of the things that's really important when it comes to results, and when we're talking about results that we give and results that we get, is that we're aware that we can't actually always guarantee results. But what I can guarantee when I'm working with clients is I can guarantee how I show up. I can guarantee that I will show up. And I wanted to talk about Kate today. So Kate was one of my clients a couple of years ago. She's still a client, actually. She originally joined the Nail It Mastermind, which merged and is now the Stable Foundations Hub Plus. And what she said to me when I sort of asked her for some feedback and everything, she said that initially she had some reservations about working with me, and I get that, and she had reservations because she felt silly that she didn't actually know the answers to some very simple questions like, what is her target audience? Who is she trying to achieve? She knew also that she wasn't doing enough. And in terms of promoting herself, but she didn't really know where to start, what to do. And I think there's also that boundary where you're thinking, well, what if I get found out as a fraud? What if they tell me that I'm not good enough? What if I don't actually do the work and I don't show up? And what if I can't get those results? And that is so key for me. And I want you to feel confident that actually you can show up. So as a business coach, one of the things that I find really, really is important is actually, in order to show up, in order for you to actually do the work, in order for you to get the results, what do you need? And that's why sometimes it's important that people pay, because those who pay attention. and then you're more likely to show up. So if you feel that you've been collecting a lot of freebies and you're not getting results and you're not doing stuff because you're not actually doing the work, and that's part of why you are self-sabotaging, because you're lowering your trust because you're like, well, I've got all this stuff and I'm not using it. One of the things that might be that you need, and you need to ask yourself, what would I need in order to actually show up? What would I need in order to do the work to get the results? So one of the things actually I find is that my clients who pay the most actually get the best results because they show up, because they've got a lot more to lose. And so Kate said that actually when she made that decision, originally it felt a bit self-indulgent. There's also this belief that actually you should be able to do it on your own. When you're self-employed, when you're self-made as such, that you should be able to do it on your own, that you shouldn't need help. And I want you to think about all the people that you know around you that have got that success that you want. And I want you to actually ask yourself, did they genuinely do it on their own? What am I seeing as self-made? Have I got it wrong? Even when you look at the best riders in the world, those that are at top of their game are not doing it on their own. They've got support, they've got help, they've often got coaches. So even though it can sometimes feel very indulgent to actually get that support and need that support and ask for that support in your business, especially if you're a small business, especially if you're just self-employed and you perhaps don't even see yourself as an entrepreneur or a business owner, it can feel a bit indulgent to go, actually, I'm going to make sure that I've got the support. But the thing that happens when you get that support is that because you've got support, when you have in those moments, when you feel like you've got any self-doubt going, when you feel like you might be self-sabotaging, you've got somebody that you can turn to who's going to turn things around for you quickly and get you back into the right place. So sometimes we're expecting the results to be things like more clients. We want to see, perhaps maybe you want to see your diary full. Perhaps you want to see more money in your business. What is it that you're focusing on as the result? And I also need you to see what you need in order to get that, because a lot of the time, some of the results that you get from business coaching aren't always the results that you wanted. But they're things like you've got more resilience, you've got some mindset support, so you've got a different outlook on life. Perhaps it's that you feel more confident. Perhaps it's that you actually trust yourself to do what you're going to say you did. Perhaps it's that you trust yourself to do what you said you were going to do. Perhaps it's that you feel more confident to show up. Perhaps you just know some more skills or strategies, or you've got ways where you can pivot quicker. It's not always the result that we wanted, but actually if you've got the right coach, you can get different results. So you can get results that are going to help to keep that momentum going for you. And so, as I said, like my results that I get for my clients are tricky. I've had clients who have hit 10K months. I've had clients who have become fully booked after working with me. But as I say, they're their results. They're not mine. So I tend to sort of shy away a little bit about how I can guarantee that for you, because it does depend on how you are prepared to show up. It does depend on what you need, and it does depend on your business and where you're at in that business. And so I can't compare you to those clients. But what I can guarantee is that I will always be honest. I can guarantee that I will try and make sure that you feel comfortable in talking to me and telling me the things that perhaps you didn't want to say. Because there's nothing worse than actually getting on a call with somebody and then they're going, oh, how are you doing? How's it all going? And you're going, oh, yeah, it's really good. And as a coach, I need you to actually be honest too. And I need you to say, this is what's going on. This is where I'm stuck. This is where I'm struggling. Because if you aren't prepared to do that, you're not going to get the result that you wanted. So it does take a level of vulnerability to ask for help and a level of vulnerability to be honest. And I can always guarantee that when I'm working with somebody, I will be encouraging, I will be logical, I will help you to find the things that actually you know that you can do. Because there's no point me giving you skills and tips and strategies if you're sitting there going, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do that. So my job as a coach is to actually get you there. So my job might be to help you build your trust this week. My job might be to work on your confidence this week. My job might be to actually find 2 things that you can go away and do straight away so that you can build that, because confidence and consistency is built from good experiences. And a lot of the time, we're not putting ourselves in a position to make that happen because we don't push ourselves enough. which is why having a coach can really help. And it can also calm you. And when you've got those moments of like, oh my gosh, business is going crazy and I'm not in a good place right now, it can help you to get back on the level and to find some grounding. Now, Kate said the most obvious benefit to her business from working with me was how she promoted her clinics. And she said that these now fill in the first week of advertising. Now, that's a pretty awesome result, and I'd love to get that for you. So what did we do? Basically, I worked with Kate to go, right, where are your audience? Where are they hanging out? What do they need to hear? And then I gave her a strategy that she could go and felt she was able to actually implement, which she then did, and then she got them filled. Now, the strategy that I gave Kate might not actually be the same strategy for you, because it does depend on your business and where you're at and your personality. And also, Kate said that she found it easier to talk to people about what she did. And this is one of the biggest problems that I see with many equine entrepreneurs, is that actually they're not confident in going out there and just talking to people about this is who I am, this is what I do, without feeling like they're blowing their own trumpet. So getting you into a position where actually you feel comfortable with what you do and how you do it, and explaining your approach, because especially with horse stuff, I don't know about you, but we've all got our different approaches, and some people disagree with other people's approaches, and so we've always got that at the back of our head, like what if this happens, what if this goes wrong, what if somebody comes back and tells me that I'm wrong? And so we have to get you in a position where you feel comfortable and confident to actually talk about that. So those are some of the results that you can genuinely get. And yeah, Kate said that she would recommend me, and I trust that. She would. And she said, yeah, for anybody that's lacking confidence, lost their way, perhaps you're feeling a bit stale in your business, and you just need a change and you need to take a plunge. And if you do feel called to work with me, but say you have those reservations, if you are worried that actually you're not going to do the work, if you are worried that you're not going to find time, if you are worried that you're not going to show up, if you are worried that I'm not going to get you the results that you need, or if you are worried that it's a big investment and you're not going to get it back, good for you. Good for you. It's a good sign that you are worried. It's 100% normal. And actually, I'd be really concerned if you didn't have those worries. I'd be really concerned. Because you should. Because if you didn't have those worries, you probably won't show up. You probably won't do the work. And one of the things that I do to try and help you to build that trust is I offer what I call a free fitting call. Now, these are just like mini coaching sessions where you actually get to try out what coaching is like, because I want to give you the confidence that I can help you. And I want to also feel confident myself that I can help you and that we're a good fit. Because if we're not a good fit, I don't want to work with you. I don't, and I won't tell you that I'm the best fit for you and we should definitely do stuff. That's not the way that I'm working. I only work with people that I know that I can get results for. So everybody's allowed a free fitting call. Think of it as like try before you buy. So if you've never had a free fitting call with me, you can book one by going to jennybush.com. And then if you go to the either the Start Here page, or if you go to the free resources, you'll see the options for calls. There's a couple of different options. One of them is just like a free fitting call. Well, it's like a chat just to make sure that, yeah, we're a good fit. One is a breakthrough call. So this is very specific in finding those blocks that have got you stuck and what you need to do to uncover them. And the other one is a Gallup business assessment. So the Gallup business assessment goes through the 6 pillars that I often talk about are essential for your equine business. So you need to be making sure that you're getting in front of people. So I'll ask you some really strategic questions on that, and I'll be able to assess what you need to do to get in front of people better. We then look at your aids to sell. So are you actually showing up? Are you doing what you need to do in order to get more clients, in order to get more sales into your business, whether your product or your service base? Then we look at looking after you and making sure that you've got that in place. We look at looking after your clients, operations and procedures, and then product and profit. Because with those 6 pillars in place, your business should be going forwards at full pelt to wherever it is your success is. And I'd like to actually give you the opportunity to do that. So if you want that, just head to my website. But say one of the things that's really, really key for me, and I really want to push home at the moment, is that we need to build that trust in you as well. You need to trust that you are going to get results. You need to trust that you can do it. So if you can do anything today, I want you to think about asking yourself some key questions like, what do I need to believe about myself? Who do I need to become? Who am I becoming? Yeah, what do I need in order to show up? What would it look like if I had more self-trust? And just by asking those questions and taking some time to think on them today, you will start to see a positive change in your business. So I hope you found this little episode useful. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast because I've got lots more episodes coming, and I've got some great guests lined up. They're going to talk about how they started their business. That will also help you to grow your business too. So for now, kick on, and I'll catch you later.